Here is episode 10, the story of Moses and the Exodus. After Joseph died, the Israelites continued to live and multiply greatly in Goshen. A new king arose over Egypt who did not know Joseph. He said, "The Israelites have become far too numerous for us. We must deal shrewdly with them, or they will become even more numerous. If war breaks out, they will join our enemies and leave the country." So the Egyptians put slave masters over the Israelites to oppress them with forced labor. They made them build the store cities of Pithom and Ramesses. But the more they were oppressed, the more they multiplied and spread. The Egyptians came to dread the Israelites and worked them ruthlessly. They made their lives bitter with harsh labor in brick and mortar and in the fields. Then Pharaoh gave this order: "Every Hebrew boy that is born must go into it, but let every girl live." Now, a man of the house of Levi married a Levite woman, and she became pregnant. She gave birth to a son. When she saw that he was a fine child, she hid him for 3 months. But when she could hide no longer, she got a papyrus basket for him. She coated it with tar and pitch. Then she placed the child in it and put it among the reeds along the bank of the Nile. His sister stood at a distance to see what would happen to him. Then Pharaoh's daughter went down to the Nile to bathe. Her attendants were walking along the riverbank. She saw the basket among the reeds and sent her female slave to get it. She opened it and saw the baby. He was crying, and she felt sorry for him. "This is one of the Hebrew babies," she said. Then his sister asked, "Shall I go and get one of the Hebrew women to nurse the baby for you?" "Yes, go," she answered. So the girl went and got the baby's mother. Pharaoh's daughter said, "Take this baby and nurse him for me, and I will pay you." So the woman took the baby and nursed him. When the child grew older, she took him to Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. She named him Moses, saying, "I drew him out of the water." One day, after Moses had grown up, he went out to where his own people were. He watched them at their hard labor. He saw an Egyptian beating a Hebrew, one of his own people. Looking this way and that, and seeing no one, he killed the Egyptian and hid him in the sand. The next day, he saw 2 Hebrews fighting and asked the one in the wrong, "Why are you hitting your fellow Hebrew?" The man said, "Who made you ruler and judge over us? Are you thinking of killing me as you killed the Egyptian?" Then Moses was afraid and thought, "What I did must have become known." When Pharaoh heard of this, he tried to kill Moses. But Moses fled from Pharaoh and went to live in Midian. There he sat down by a well. The priests of Midian had 7 daughters, and they came to draw water. They filled the troughs to water their father's field. Some shepherds came along and drove them away. But Moses got up and came to their rescue and watered their flock. When the girls returned to rule their father, he asked, "Why have you returned so early today?" They answered, "An Egyptian rescued us from the shepherds. He even drew water for us and watered the flock." Reuel said, "Why did you leave the man? Invite him to have something to eat." Moses agreed to stay with the man who gave his daughter, Zipporah, to Moses in marriage. Zipporah gave birth to a son, and Moses named him Gershom, saying, "I have become a foreigner in a foreign land."